So what I'm about to break down in this particular video is going to be the most important video and stuff that you learn throughout this next year, 2 years, even 3 years going on into 2028, 2029. I am literally not even joking. I have taken AI and ads and I've mashed them together and I've created a new way of getting clients for high ticket businesses. So if you sell something that's high ticket, like $2,000 plus, let's say you're a coach, you sell coaching. Let's say you're a consultant, you sell consulting. If you're an agency owner and you sell services, I am telling you, this is going to be such a breakthrough video that I can't even believe that I'm about to record this for free. And the craziest thing is that most people are already turned the video off by now because there's just no animations in this. In fact, again, I am going to make this the most valuable video, that you watch. I'm going to put no animations in it, no flashiness in it, because I don't want those types of people listening and using this anyway. Like genuinely, if you can stick to this stuff, it will change your life. Now, I've basically just put in $331 US into this new AI system that I'm using. I'll explain how we use this AI, what it's all about, how it's integrated into the funnel, and we're using paid ads to combine those two things. And I've been able to get a 10x ROAS with my actual ad spend. So I turned $331 into 3.5K in less than 48 hours of having this live. Now, that's not the craziest amount of money I've ever made, but it is the most automated, sustainable, predictable, and just overall, I would say, like I said, just sustainable way I've made money online. And again, guys, you have seen me try everything. I've tried building a personal brand and posting on this very YouTube channel that you're watching right now for 6+ years. I've tried cold outreach, sent thousands of those. I didn't get a single client through cold outreach for 17 entire months. And even then, it was because of LinkedIn that got me my first ever SMA client back in the SMA days. I mean, not to say that SMA is dead or anything like that, but if you run an agency, this can still work for you. I've tried the cold calling, I've tried the cold emails, I've tried the Instagram DMs, I've tried building free communities, I've tried VSL funnels. Those don't even work that well these days. It's very expensive to get people through a VSL. Then you've got to charge a very high ticket on the back end. Then you've got to have all these email, SMS, and SMS sequences go out and all that sort of stuff. I'm here to tell you, you don't need all that crap. I'm genuinely here to tell you and cut through all the crap because I have tried it all. I have bought all the programs. I've tried everything, guys. Literally everything. I hope you can feel the passion coming through the screen because I'm not even joking. And in today's video, we're going to break down exactly what I'm doing right now in order to sustainably grow businesses. You see, I've done months where I've done, 60K in the first month, launching a new offer, for example. But it's what I've noticed is that the systems and the strategies are just never sustainable when you don't run paid ads and use AI. It's like you'll have a big spike in a month, or if you're relying on posting organic content or posting content and hoping to go viral, or you're relying on referrals, you will have those spiky months where it's like you make a bunch of money and then you're looking at what Lamborghini you frigging won, and then the very next month you're down to like 20K again or 50K again, or you go back down to whatever level it is that you deem uncomfortable, and then you're thinking, oh my days, know what's going on. The business is absolutely like dying and shit like that. It's because you guys don't have a sustainable, predictable client acquisition system. And I know that you're tired of hearing those words, but I'm here to prove it. So let's break this down real quick. And again, we're actually going to be jumping into my actual real live ad account as well, so you can see that I'm not talking shit. By the way, my video editor should have thrown up on the screen already the payment that came through, which is the 1.5K payment, which was a split pay, by the way. On the very first 48 hours, I was very, very surprised that it worked that quick. So if you want a client in literally like 1 to 2 days, please listen to what I'm about to say. Now, without any further ado, let's jump into it. If you want animations, go watch Peppa Pig. Let's jump straight into this. Anyway, guys, look, I turned $331 into a 3.5K client. It's a high ticket if you ask me. High ticket, I class anything between, over 2K. And this was in the first 2 days of running meta ads and AI. So I've switched up to using ads a while back, booking between maybe 60 to 80 calls a week. Yes, week, not month, week. That was the older system. Now we've actually implemented AI on top of the ads to then weed out automatically who's not a good fit from who's a bad fit. There's no point me booking over like 60 meetings a week, right? taking those meetings if a bunch of people just don't have the money? Now, again, one of the reasons why I was classing them as qualified calls, if you watch my one of my last videos, is because technically I was in a 0 to 1 market. So if you're listening to this and you're a coach, please switch from a 0 to 1 market to a 1 to 10 market. A 0 to 1 market is where you help people get started and get their first few clients. I'm telling you, it's a great market to be in. I'm very passionate about that as well. It's just a lot of people, you won't be able to sell a really high ticket or even just something that's very quality for a good price. You're stuck at charging like $500 to $1,000 plus if you're helping people that are literally dead broke. Think about it. How are you going to, let's say you are a coach and you help people start an Amazon dropshipping business or whatever it is, and you're helping complete beginners. Well, complete beginners typically just don't have the money to invest into your stuff, even if they wanted to. You could take that same program, revitalize it just a little bit, change it up, reiterate it a little bit, and make it aim towards people that are already doing maybe 5, 10, 15K with their dropshipping business in it, and then you help them with additional stuff in there. I'm not a dropshipping expert, but you get the point. That's what you call moving from a 0 to 1 market to a 1 to 10 market. I moved into a 1 to 10 market, and I used AI to figure all this stuff out. Not even joking. AI is literally mind-blowing. I was neglecting it. I don't think you guys should make the same mistake I did, because I think it's cost me thousands of dollars. So $300 into 3.5K in the first 2 days of running meta ads, AI, and a very simple funnel, which I like to call the CSL funnel. So I've combined everything that I've learned over these last like 12-ish months or something, or whatever, however long it's been. That's a 10.5x return in the first 48 hours. I should have thrown that on the screen already. It was a 1.5 split, but it's actually a 3.5K payment going in. So 1.5K cash collected on the second day of running ads. Instantly put us into profit, which is absolutely crazy, and this AI funnel. And obviously 3.5K revenue being the total revenue. So when it's a 10x ROAS is what I'm trying to say. And that's without a team, without having any setters, without having outbound dialers, without posting content and praying for clients to come inbound and booking a call with you. I know if you're a coach watching this, you do all that same stuff, like you're posting content, you're growing a school community, you might even have one of those school funnels running. I'm not doing any of that crap. Posting like free value, hoping that people book in a call, and you create a free community and then you post in your community and you're hoping somebody books in a call and all that sort of stuff. No, it's none of that. It's a direct ad, AI to funnel, AI funnel, if you will. So it was actually the first call as well out of the calls that we booked through the ads. And I booked in total 6 calls, cancelled one of them because one of them was not qualified. Again, AI has done a very good job of just increasing what I was already onto. So I was already onto learning how to book over 300 meetings per, like anywhere between 240 meetings to 300 meetings per month. So I was already doing those sorts of numbers. And the point is this, AI is now being able to take that volume, but then put like a restriction on it so that I can now only speak to the people that are actually qualified and actually have the money. So it helps me weed them out. So my cost per book call, my cost per qualified book call, if you're wondering, so the actual calls that actually have money, and I class anybody who's doing more than 6K per month with their business, anywhere between 6K and above with their business. They're doing, anyone that's doing above 6K a month for their business, that's what I'm classing now as quality. So those are typically the people that can afford our services, our program, whatever you want to call it. And my cost per qualified, this is what this stands for, cost per qualified book call is $66.20. And these are all people that are above 6 grand. Some are doing anywhere between 6 grand per month to 50 grand a month with their businesses. I am literally not even joking. Here's this dude here. This guy I actually went and spoke to on Instagram. So, gives me, on my intake form, we do ask for your Instagram, and then we go and, have a chat with you to say you're actually genuinely a good fit. But as you can see, this guy put 25K plus, actually spoke to him. He's doing anywhere between 50 and 60K per month for his business right now, and he wants to scale that to 100K. He just needs to crack ads, basically. I think that's going to be a very easy win for this type of client. And again, for coaches listening to this, notice how I went from a 0 to 1 market, and it was very hard to get, I think it's very hard to get somebody results from $0 to 10K, but getting somebody from like 20K to like 50K, honestly, it's an easier jump, even though that's a 30K difference. So 20K to 50K, helping somebody do that, I think is easier than helping somebody go from literally working a 9-to-5 job to their first 10K online with a business, just because they don't even have the foundations in place. They have zero experience. Whereas people like this dude who's coming in, he's got like already making like 50K right now with his business, to help him get to like 100 grand, I don't think it will be that difficult, if I'm being honest with you. Like, just It's paid ads at this point for this guy. If we just install the same funnel with this guy, just pretty much solve his problem. This guy here, again, 6 to 10K. This guy here, 6 to 10K. And these were all booked in the last these 3 calls, 1, 2, 3, technically 4 calls. All of them, the last 4 calls we booked in. This was literally 39 minutes ago before recording this particular video, as I took this screenshot earlier today. So that was a couple hours ago. I had a couple calls and whatnot. But I've come back to this particular board that you're looking at. And as I was creating this board, this call actually got booked in through my calendar using the AI funnel and ads. So I wake up now to around 2 to 5 calls per day. Sometimes it can be as high as 10 calls. Now it used to be that I've dropped the ad spend just a little bit because I'm actually using a new ad account. Long story short, I'm using a new ad account on my back end of Facebook because one of them got restricted. Then it got unrestricted, but by the time it got unrestricted, I was already on a new ad account and off to the races, long story short. But I just wanted to check the quality of these calls. Like, these are not like me booking in calls of a bunch of people that are at 0, even though technically that was my niche before. So technically that was classed as qualified for me. Now it's not qualified. I've moved into a 1 to 10 market. So if you're not already doing like 6K a month, I just can't help you at this particular point. Not through our main offer anyway, which is Client Synthesizer. We just can't help you with that. And I've now started using AI to weed out the people who just aren't a good fit. So if you've been running ads, right? You're an agency owner, coach, consultant, you sell a high ticket digital product or course, whatever it is, right? And you've been trying to crack ads and you're running ads, you're spending money on ads, you're booking calls, you're getting people on the phones and stuff like that. And then you're spending 45 minutes talking to somebody for them just to say, oh yeah, I really do like this, but I just don't have the money right now. If that's like you, I'm telling you, listen up, because obviously I've figured some shit out is what I'm trying to say. Now, just a quick plug. I am actually looking, I just want to plug this in there real quick because I know what's going to happen if I don't plug this. You're just going to go out there and you're going to go try it yourself, then you're going to fuck it up, or then you're going to go and buy some done for you marketing service or a very high ticket course that costs like $9,000 or some shit like that, and you're barely going to get any results because it's teach you cold outreach and all that crazy stuff. So I am looking right now, if you're listening to this, if you can see this, 6 people right now. I'm looking for 6 people who are above 6K per month with their coaching business, their agency, or their digital product business. If you sell any of those things and you sell a high ticket program and you want 120 qualified, yes, the word being qualified, calls on your calendar in 90 days flat, or we literally just give you a refund, then what I want you to do is go below, book in a call. And by the way, we do have a written contract for this. And no, we don't do this for you. We're just going to teach you how to go about setting up this AI for yourself. It only takes me maybe 4 hours of time to teach it to you anyway. Once you've got it, it's I don't want to say it's set and forget, but it kind of is. When you've got your ads up and running, you've got the AI funnel up and running, it's all copy and paste. We've got the templates, all that good stuff, the AI prompts, all that good stuff, the tools, the software. It's all plug and play. And I would actually go as far as saying this. The reason why you're in such a crappy situation right now is because for the last 2 to 3 years, you've kept trying to look for shortcuts, and you've neglected the work that you know you need to do in order to scale your business to that next level. Because I was doing the same thing. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna buy this person's thing or that person's thing or that person's thing. And then I would look for maybe like I've heard people say, in this particular case, I've definitely heard people say, oh, I'm just looking for a done for you service, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking like, it sounds good on paper getting a done for you service. Don't get me wrong, because obviously it's like hands off, let somebody else do your acquisition for you. But then it's like, once that person's gone and you stop paying them that 3K per month retainer or that 5K per month retainer, some of these guys are charging like 5K a month or like 20 grand up front to do to build like a build and release offer into your business and get you clients. But then it's like, after that's done or it's broken or something happens to it and you need to rebuild it again, you now have to continue to pay that person because you now don't even have the own skills to acquire customers for your own business. So you're actually still not in control of your business. So done for you is ultimately why most businesses are stuck. For the last 2 to 3 years, you've probably trying to look for shortcuts instead of actually learning the stuff that you know you need to do yourself. And deep down, you know that you are the only one that's supposed to be in control of your company's acquisition and your company's growth. Even if you get a done for you service, like I said, from an agency, you still don't possess the skills that you need in order to acquire clients consistently in your control. I'll give you an example. I was just speaking to a dude, right, in Italy, and he's doing about 30K a month with his agency, which is crazy, but some months it drops all the way down to 6K. And he said that like when he hits like a 30K a month, it feels blissful. He's out there looking at, designer this thing and designer that and flights and traveling and Lamborghinis and this car and this new apartment and upgrading everything. And then he hits like a 6K month the next month, it feels like absolute death. So his emotions are like on this crazy roller coaster, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I've experienced this in my business over the last like 12 months as well. So I've been relying on a lot of organic stuff, not really honing down on paid ads like I am right now. So if you're listening to this, please hone down on paid ads. And this guy, by the way, got there through like referrals and stuff like that. Again, most agency owners I speak to either says referrals or networking is how they get clients, and they do a little bit of cold outreach here and there, but it's not scalable or predictable. So this guy literally says he's at 30K, anywhere between 6K and 30K per month for his agency. It's all the way up and down. But he literally said to me, Montel, I don't feel like I run a real business. Like I just don't feel in control. Just because I'm making money doesn't mean I have an actual business. And I was like, bro, I actually kind of agree with you. I'd rather take a business that does like 20 grand a month profit through ads than a business that does like 50K a month profit with referrals. Because once this business over here, referrals dry out, right? I know it sounds cool, but if the referrals dry out, the business dries out. But more importantly, if this guy's at 50K a month with referrals, how does he get to 150K a month? How does he triple the business the very next month? The answer is he can't unless he begs his clients for more referrals, which is like hoping and praying. This is literally what a referral is. Please, can you refer us to 3 of your friends, please, and we'll give you a small incentive, blah, 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 blah. It's kind of like begging. You see what I'm trying to say? It can work, don't get me wrong, but once it dries up, what happens when you've actually exhausted all of your clients and their clients after that? There comes an end to it. You can't just turn a dial like paid ads can, like this guy over here. If this guy's at 20K a month and he's got his acquisition dialed in, he's only doing 20K a month profit though from ads. Well, if he wants to triple his business the very next month, so in the next 30 days, he goes from spending maybe $300 a day to $900 a day. He 3x's his ad spend, or $900 a day to $2,700 a day. You see what I'm trying to say? I mean, you don't have to start with spending $2,700 a day on ads, but you get the point. This guy actually has a dial in his business that he can turn up and crank up that books him more calls. More calls he books in, the more he closes. So my question to you is, do you have a dial in your business that you can turn up at will and double the amount of bookings you get on your calendar next month, or triple the amount of bookings you get on your calendar next month? If the answer is no, go below booking a call, because we're actually going to install, remember the dial thing I just said? That dial is what we produce you and create for you in your particular business. So stop relying on these, done for you services, blah, blah, blah. And for transparency, my program, yes, I'm just gonna be super transparent. I'm tired of these gurus like hiding their price behind booking a call. If you can't afford this, don't book in. But our program is 3K right now. It's actually 1K off. It's technically supposed to be 4K, but it's actually 3K right now if you pay the full thing up front, or if you want to, you can split the payment, but it works out to be a little bit more expensive. It's 1.75 times 2 if you split the payment. Book a call below if there's spots available. If there's not any availability on the calendar, just because we're just booking in so many freaking calls, what I do recommend you do is just DM us. Long story short, just DM me on Instagram is what I'm trying to say. And by the way, here are some of the results. I won't go through them. If you want to go onto my Instagram, go look onto that into my Instagram. Now let's jump straight into all of this good stuff. So how am I actually going about doing this, and why am I so excited about this? Because I know that you guys have seen me make way more money than this in like not in a shorter time span, to be fair though, but I feel like you guys see me close $3,500 plus clients, for example, and you've seen multiple of them on this particular channel. And if you've been following me, that is, if you haven't, drop me a like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff with the buttons. But you guys have seen me, close clients. And the reason why I'm hyping this particular one up is simply because I feel like this is the most, like I said at the start of the video, the most sustainable way, the most predictable way, the most hands-off way, where I can actually sit back and have a funnel that's using AI and paid ads to booking calls on my calendar. I turn up to those calls, literally can see who's qualified and who's not. I can take the calls all without me having to post and pray on like YouTube, for example. You notice how I've rarely been posting on YouTube, guys. I've rarely been posting on YouTube, rarely been posting content on social media, and I'm booking more calls than I ever have, ever. So if that doesn't say something, then I don't know what does. I've actually stopped posting and started booking in way more calls, which is crazy. So that's why I'm so excited about it. Not all money is created equal. Not all money is made equally. I'd rather take this $3,500 over $3,500 that came organically. And I know that you guys are like, I would just take the $3,500 at any way it comes. And I understand that, but I'm in a little bit of a different stage, not to say that I'm crazy far ahead of you guys or anything like that, but I'm now at a stage where it's like, I am looking for a business that can adhere to my lifestyle instead of it just being a business and I've got to grow this business and put all this effort into this business and the business takes up the majority of my life and my lifestyle and there is no lifestyle. I'd rather now have a business where it's completely automated, where I know that my acquisition is in my control, it's predictable, I can turn it up, I can go on a flight, I can travel on holiday, I can be like 37,000 feet in the friggin' air on my way to Dubai, and I'll still book more calls than most people do in a week on the flight, quite literally. But literally booked a call while I was literally building this video for you, which is crazy, which is another person doing more than 6K a month with their agency/coaching. So how am I doing this? So first of all, you've got to pick a specific niche. It only works if you have a very, 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 very specific niche. My niches are coaches and agency owners. I've done both of those businesses, so I feel like I am somewhat adequate to understand those businesses. Technically, coaches, agencies, and digital products, I've done all three of those. I've built a coaching business, I built an agency, and you guys know I had agency transformation, which was my digital product business. So I've actually done what I've done what I'm supplying, if that makes sense. I'm taking my own medicine. The medicine I take is the same medicine I supply. The same medicine I supply is the same medicine I take, which isn't really the case for most agencies, funnily enough. It's a different point for a different day, but I've noticed that most agencies, they'll say that they run Facebook ads and go high level funnels and stuff like that for clients, but then I'll ask them, how are you getting clients for your own agency? And they will go, oh, we're doing cold outreach and relying on referrals. And I was like, right, so you're a Facebook ads agency that doesn't run Facebook ads, just like pretty much everybody else. And they're like, yeah, it's kind of true. It's kind of like being a fat personal trainer, funnily enough. A specific offer is what I have as well. So I have a specific niche with a specific offer, which is outcome orientated, that has a strong guarantee. You guys just saw it, 120 calls on your calendar that are qualified in 90 days flat or refund. Simple as that. That's how easy your offers come out. By the way, I'm going to show you what my stuff is so you can kind of see that I practice what I preach and I preach what I practice, and then you guys can see how I think about offers, and you can then start implementing it and applying it to your own business as well. I have a specific call out for my niche as well, above a certain revenue level. For example, I just did it in this video. If you're not a coach that's doing 6K minimum, or coaching agency, or your business is not doing 6K minimum, I simply can't help you. So this is not going to be useful for you guys. So you can switch on to a different video if you want to learn about cold outreach to get your first one client. Probably better off doing that. Unless you've got ad spend money, then we'll make an exception genuinely, because this AI funnel does require ad spend to power it, if you will. So we use AI for our automation. So any sort of like SMS, emails, that's all AI based. It's all AI written. How crazy is this? It's AI written, AI based. So it's written by AI, it's sent by AI, it's managed by AI. The funnel itself, again, is written by AI, managed by, well, technically not AI at that particular point. The ads themselves, the ad creative, the actual video itself, script written by AI, shot by me, obviously. That's the only human pretty much element that's in there. And then it's edited by AI, uploaded, and then the targeting for the ad is AI based as well. We literally use AI in every step of the way except for shooting the ad. The funnel templates, AI built. So it's all prompts AI based, and we use what you call a copy and paste funnel, and we call this the CSL funnel. Go back on my channel to see what a CSL funnel is. It stands for Canva Sales Letter. We actually build a sales letter on Canva, again, AI based all again. So it's a lot of AI going into this. I just feel like AI just interweeded into all of this stuff, but in a way that actually works. You see what I'm trying to say? Everyone's trying to sell like AI infrastructures, and I'm like, what does that even mean? And they're like, oh yeah, we've got all this AI automation, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, but does it book calls? And they're like, I don't really know because we're not driving traffic to it. And I'm like, oh my day, so you guys are spending all this time building all these go high level automations, and this trigger and that triggers this, and then this goes to this, and then this goes to this, and then personalized message come out on the back end. And I'm like, yeah, but what's the end goal? And they're like, I don't really know, it just kind of sounds cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm just using one funnel, one traffic source, with one type of ad, one niche, one price point, one program, and I'm booking more calls than you. Quite literally. And it's very simple, it's copy and paste. So if I was you, I would create a CSL funnel as well, and not a VSL. VSLs don't, put it this way, it depends on what market you're in. If you're going after like a saturated market, then use what you call a CSL. If you're going after a less sophisticated market, like roofing companies, if you're an agency, or like solar panel companies, depends on where your market's at in terms of its sophistication. Most people that are marketers or in this marketing realm that we are all in, we all know what a VSL funnel is. And when we see a VSL funnel, we are instantly kind of like, we've seen millions of these, so it's not very exciting for us. So a CSL is a different platform, different format, different way of doing things, and it just seems to work a little bit better because it's more engaging. DM me if you want to know what a freaking CSL funnel is or whatever, or just go back on my channel and watch the previous video. Now, the next big breakthrough I had as well with the AI stuff is I basically told AI, look, I told AI my problems. It basically wrote out a solution for me. I went and took that solution to my ads, re-recorded my ads, and I'm not even joking. With AI's help, it troubleshooted my issue. It then gave me scripts back. So it was like a long conversation I had with AI. Long story short, I literally just said, let me just test this. Had a long conversation with AI, told it my problems. It then gave me a solution, right? Which is crazy because it gave me like an epiphany moment. I then put that solution back into the AI, just using like ChatGPT, and it gave me scripts on what I could say in my next up and coming ads. I said that in my next up and coming ads. Took me 4 hours of work. I'm not even joking. 4 hours from having the problem, diagnosing the problem with AI, coming up with a script with AI, then reshooting the actual ads with AI, having them edited with AI. This is a different AI, by the way. We use, we use AI to actually edit the ads and put the captions on and stuff like that. So it's all AI based. Not even joking, 2 days into that, launched the ads, ended up closing my first client through the AI stuff with $331 spent on ads to bring back 3.5K, which is, again, almost an 11x ROAS. So what I've noticed is that AI told me that, like, literally, and I know that this is very common and you guys should know this, but it's like I don't know why, but it's like I forgot for some reason. It's because I was in a 0 to 1 market. But your top of funnel, so what you say at the top of your funnel determines what happens at the bottom of your funnel. So if you're talking at the top of your funnel to a bunch of like, I don't want to call them broke people, but if you're going after like broke people, don't be surprised that if it's only broke people that click on your ads. And don't be surprised that it's only broke people that then book in a call. And don't be surprised that when you get on those calls, it's only broke people you're speaking to. It can only ever be that way. AI told me this. I started like using AI, scripted out these new ads. Next thing you know, I'm booking in calls with people that are doing more than 6 to 50K a month with their freaking business. It was an immediate jump in quality of my calls. Immediate jump. It's not even a joke. And the cost per call did go up just a little bit, but the ends justify the means, if you will. Like the increase in cost per book call only went from like £41, which is like $50, to like $66. You guys saw it earlier a second ago. Then I locked in on my sales process. Again, you can actually use AI for this, but we don't actually use AI for this particular bit, but you probably can. From what I've seen, I'm just very impressed with like AI these days. I honestly thought it was a gimmick. Not a gimmick, but it's one of those ones where it just sounds like one of those buzzwords. I'm not one of those buzzwordy type of guys, which is why it took me so long to move over to Go High Level, because like everyone was talking about Go High Level and I could just see that this was just a marketing play for most gurus to just sell you their Go High Level affiliate link. And I was like, I can kind of see where they're going with this. I'm just going to stay away and just use freaking ClickFunnels. I use ClickFunnels. Honestly, I love ClickFunnels. Don't get me wrong. It's just that, yes, I can now confirm that like Go High Level, and this is not a plug or anything like that, but it just genuinely does have the inbuilt automation that we're looking for. And you can build all these flows out and all that complicated stuff if you want to. With this funnel, we don't need to. It's already built out for you. We'll give you the snapshots. My deliverables, by the way, are quite hands-off, but actually work as well. So just so you know that this stuff actually freaking works. There's me booking in 4 calls. Whilst I slept. There's me just posting that in the group. Here's Jay. He got let me just move this out of the way. He spent £500 on this same AI funnel for one of his clients, right? So he is an agency owner. I taught him this funnel. He then said, you know what? I'm going to use it for myself and I'm going to use it for my clients as well, because it's just so copy and paste that you can implement it within like 6 hours tops of work, right? So he went and changed his whole service delivery to offer this for his clients. He ended up putting £500 into the same AI funnel that I'm talking about right now on this video. Turned £500 into 3 clients at £5,000 each. That's British pounds, by the way, £5,000 each, which was £15,000 in total, which is a 30x ROAS, which is even better ROAS than me. Obviously, the coach he's working with probably has much better testimonials or just been in the game longer than me. It is what it is. the more testimonials you have, the better. So yeah, students actually taking my funnel, implemented it for his clients and got a 30x ROAS. Put £500 in to bring back £14,500 profit back, which is about 20,000 or 19,000 pound profit. 17-year-old used the same AI funnel, 9.5k in 15 days. You guys seen this already on my channel. Funnily enough, I've not even updated this yet. He went on to close another client for £3,000 as well the next week or something like that. So we actually took him from 0 to 12 grand, 12.5 grand in like his first 22 days, 21 days, something on the lines of that, using the same funnel with about maybe 2 grand in ad spend. So 2 grand turned into like 12 grand or whatever it was. So it probably even a little bit less than that, probably about 1.5k in ad spend, if I'm being honest with you. But we'll just pretend and say it was 2k. Just, I don't want to overhype my numbers and whatnot. As you can see, there it is. Add to your 500 plus testimonials. We actually do have 500 plus testimonials. That's not even a typo. Wale here, booking calls at like $12 per call. And that's just some of them, by the way. But just so you know, this stuff actually genuinely works. Even in the worst niche, for example, Sammy here, just got my first book call for £85. And he's basically doing like an agency thing, I believe it is. Agency slash consulting agencies now targeting e-com brand owners with a 3K program. Yeah, so he does the e-com agency stuff and then he transitioned into e-com consulting stuff. And you can see his metrics down here, but basically he's booking in calls for £85 that are qualified using this same funnel, which is crazy because we thought coming into the program that his cost per qualified call, right, was going to be about £270 ish, which is about $320 typically is what I've seen, because the e-commerce niche is just very, very, very saturated, to be honest with you. Not that it's impossible, it's just saturated. It just costs more money to get into that. So this guy ended up with KPIs that are so well within KPI that he's doing about 3.17x better than what we expected. So it's 3.1x cheaper than what we actually expected. Now, let me explain something, because using all this AI stuff and these ads, right, they only work as long as you understand these core principles. Because it's like putting fuel on fire, right? It's like putting fuel on a fire. If you don't already have a little bit of an ember like glowing, or like a little bit of a fire going, it's really just gonna put your fire out, because you're just gonna be trying to put shit on top of shit. You know what I'm trying to say? So what you need to do is you need to go from you need to basically stop chasing trends. Like, stop chasing all this go high level automation stuff. Like, yes, don't get me wrong, it's good. As long as you know the basics, you can set up automations for your clients and whatever it is, and yourself. That is a big, very, very big point. What I've noticed is as soon as you stop chasing trends and you start solving problems instead, you start making progress. I've stopped chasing trends. So stop chasing trends. Yes, obviously I'm talking a lot about AI, but that's genuinely because it's a tool that genuinely works. It just genuinely does. It's not one of those tools where I'm talking about, oh, AI growth infrastructure, and it's like all this complicated stuff, and it looks amazing on one of these Miro boards, and it's got like 20,000 different steps on it and like 60 different automations that barely even, and nobody can tell you how well it converts, like barely even converts. We have one funnel, one SMS, like free SMS flows, that's it. Free SMS email, free email sequences that go out, and that's it. Ads, one funnel, one product, one service, one niche, one price point, one solution to one problem. As soon as you get that dialed in, I am telling you, this is how you do it. So good offers equals stop chasing trends and solve problems instead. I'm telling you, the reason why I'm saying this is because I see so many agencies talking about they've got all these AI infrastructures, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but what does it actually do for your clients? And they're like, oh yeah, this books calls. And I'm like, okay, but we could achieve this without this added extra complexity. And they're like, it's true. I don't even know why I've built all this. It's just, I think this is one of those things that just happens in the market. You got to make your thing sound super complicated for it to work. And it's like, what do you actually want to achieve? Well, I just want to make my clients more money. Okay, does it do that? Yeah, it kind of does. These things are all over the place. Let's remove those things and just focus on the things that actually make money then. Okay, cool, let's do that. So I've noticed that when you stop chasing trends and solving problems, that's when you start making progress. Example, most agencies and coaches either rely on organic content. So this is the problems we solve, for example. So you can kind of see. I've noticed, right, you watching this, I can pretty much guarantee if you're a coach or an agency owner doing more than like 6K a month, I can pretty much guarantee that you rely on either referrals, if you're an agency owner specifically, or a coach. Some coaches rely on referrals. or you rely on your network, or whatever that friggin' means. Or if you're a coach, you specifically rely on posting organic content on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, that sort of stuff. And I know if you do those things, you have a business that's not actually in your control. You think it's in your control, but if I told you and I asked you right now, okay, if you rely on referrals and organic content, go and quadruple or triple your business next month. And I asked you to do that. And let's say I had a gun to your head, for example. And if you didn't do this, you'd lose your marble. Long story short, you'd lose the thing on top of your head. So what would you actually do? Most coaches and most agency owners say, I don't actually have a clue, because I'm posting on YouTube and TikTok and all this sort of stuff, and I'm posting like 6 times a week, for example, across all platforms. Well, in order to triple my business, wouldn't that technically mean you'd need to go from posting 6 times to like 18 times a week? Because if your inputs create your output, and you do 6 inputs to create X amount of clients, don't you need to do 3x the amount of inputs to get 3x the amount of clients? You see what I'm trying to say? You see where I'm going with this? If you post 6 times a week on social media, and that gets you a certain number of book calls on your calendar, and you need triple the amount of book calls on your calendar to triple your business, well then doesn't that mean you need to do triple the amount of work and the amount of inputs to create triple the amount of book calls on your calendar? It could only be that way. This is a universal law called cause and effect. Some of us talked about this a lot, cause and effect. You can't cheat cause and effect. You can't all of a sudden start going from posting 1 time a day to 1 time a day to like 0 times a day and then expect more calls. Of course, it's not gonna work that way. I've noticed that a lot of people also say that like, it's not technically how many times you post, it's how many views you get per post. And I say to them, okay, if that's the case, well, do you know how many views you're gonna get on your next post? Do you know how many book calls you're gonna get on your next post? And they say no, because honestly, they're posting and they're praying. They're praying. And the craziest thing is that typically when you post, like for example, this video, I don't know if this is gonna get 1,000 views, 200 views, or 100 views, 10,000 views, 1,000. You get what I'm saying? I don't actually have a clue on this. And because if you are like this, where you rely on just organic content posting, your business is going to go up and down. It's so unpredictable is what I'm trying to say. So both of these ideas, relying on organic and referrals, are not predictable. I see a lot of coaches and agency owners tell me this. So seriously, how would you triple your business next month? For example, if you post 6 times a week organically, wouldn't that mean you need to post 18 times a week, because 6 times 3 is 18. You need to do 3 times more work to triple your output, right? That's typically how it goes. Either that, or you're gonna have to hope to go viral with one of your pieces of content and get more views than typical. Which, by the way, hoping isn't a strategy. Hoping you're gonna go viral is not a strategy. Would you, if you had a gun to your head, would you hope to get more views on a YouTube video if your life depended on it? If the answer is no, then yeah, it's not. Don't use hope as a strategy in business. Even if you use cold Instagram DMs, for example, to get clients, or cold outreach, let's say you send 300 Instagram DMs a day, and you need to, let's say you send 300 Instagram DMs a day, and you want to triple your, you want to triple your business. Well, then that means you would need to send 600 emails a day, or DMs a day, should I say, which is a lot of work, is what I'm trying to say. So if you send 200, I know that it says it incorrectly on the screen, but let's say you send 200 Instagram DMs per day, and that's getting you X amount of calls per month, right? You do that every single day. That's the way you're getting clients, or insert cold outreach here as well. Whatever you do. Let's say you do 100 emails a day, 1,000 emails a day, 1,500 emails a day. If you want to triple your business, you'd have to send 4,000 emails a day. So now you have to go out there and you've got to find hundreds more leads per day, literally, sometimes even thousands. If you're sending 1,000 emails per day, and that's setting you an X amount of number of calls per month, well, in order to triple that number, obviously you insert your numbers here. You should know your numbers. If not, definitely book a call below, because I don't even know what you're doing. Like, how are you even running a business like that? That's insane. Genuinely, that's not even funny. If you're sending 1,000 emails a day, and you're setting like 10 emails or 10 meetings a week, 10 meetings a month, for example, which is, I guess, okay, I guess. It's kind of terrible, but if you want to triple that, then you'd need to do triple what you do on the front end. Your top of funnel decides what happens at the bottom of your funnel. If your top of your funnel is you send a bunch of cold outreach, 1,000 of them a day, and you want to triple that, you need to now go from sending 1,000 a day to 3,000 a day, which is 2,000 emails per day extra on top of what you're already doing. And to facilitate that, you're going to need more team members, more burner domains, more domains in general that are being paid for by you. It's a lot more work. And for example, cold Instagram DMs. Send 300 a day. Well, to triple your business, you just send $600 of them a day, which works out to be, it's actually 900. Excuse me, guys. My math is all the way off. 300 times 3, $900 a day. So editor, throw in that mistake there. But you get the point, guys. You'd have to triple your business, which is a lot more. That's 600 DMs more per day you would have to send on top of your already 300. So you're already doing 300, you gotta do another 600 to make 900. Now you're doing 900 DMs a day, which is insane. You'll probably get your account banned, so that's not scalable. So that moves on to cold outreach. If you're doing 1,500 a day, to triple your business, you need to do 4,000 emails a day. You get the point, guys. That's a lot of extra work. With ads though, let me just show you something. With ads, I'm just gonna quickly refresh the page so you guys can see that this is real, but I'm just gonna quickly go to the 8th till the 9th, because that's when I closed the client. We spent 200 and this on this campaign. This campaign, by the way, is just, we had to turn this one off because it just wasn't spending money. It was a brand new ad account and I couldn't work out why. Got on the phone to support and they basically explained it was a glitch. Duplicate your campaigns and start them again. Started them again and it honestly just started spending my money. So take this with a grain of salt, just, delete this. So it's £253 spent. It was a little bit more than, I believe it was a little bit more than that by the time I closed the client, but you get the point. We booked in 3 calls, £84 per call. Technically, it was I think it was actually 4 calls. The reason why is because I don't have Hyros. If you guys know what Hyros is, it's just a tracking software that Alex Becker came out with that tracks your ads. So it's actually off, funnily enough. You have to go into your actual calendar software. I use Calendly, by the way, to actually track my meetings. Because it's just not that accurate, even though it says we've only got 3 meetings here, even though this cost per call is very, very well within KPI. And we ended up closing a client. And that was on the first day we launched, pretty much the first day we launched, first full day of spend. Let's take a look. Oh, technically didn't even spend our full spend that day, which is crazy. Then the next day, 160, there we go. That first full day worth of spend, already closed a client. So there you go. Technically, that means we closed a client within the first 24, maybe 30 hours of this ad campaign running and stuff like that. But the point is this, if I really wanted to duplicate, right, or triple my business, you could see that I'm spending $160 per day. All I would do is I'd click this, that's one click, turn these off, duplicate original campaign. I would click this button here to duplicate it twice, leave this clicked, press duplicate, it would then duplicate my campaigns. I would then press publish. And just like that, I now have 3 campaigns running, each at £160 per day each. So one campaign's already running at 160. I'll show you real quick. This is running at £160 per day. If I wanted to triple my business, think about it. If I wanted to triple my business, all I would need to do is press duplicate original setup. Go inside here to make 2 more copies. Press duplicate, then press publish. You see what I'm trying to say? It took me way longer to even just record up until this point of me explaining what I would do to triple my business than it actually would to triple my business. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. It took me longer to explain how to triple my business than it actually would to just triple my business. Think about it. If I've got £160 being spent per day on ads, and all metrics remain relatively similar and stable, which they typically do, until you're spending maybe like $1,000, 1.5K per day on ads. That's when things start to break down apparently with Facebook ads. But going from £160 per day to £400 per day or whatever it is, to triple the business, it's a little bit more than that, but you get a point. 160 times 3 is 300, 60 times 3 is 180, 60, 20, yeah. So it's about 480 or whatever it is. Call it 500 or whatever it is, right? 520, whatever it is. You get the point. You do the maths. But the point is this: it took me longer to explain that than it did for me to just triple my business. For you guys that are doing cold outreach, relying on referrals, posting organic content, you've got to literally do triple the amount of work that you're doing right now. Think about it. If you're sending cold outreach right now, what would you have to do to triple your business, to get triple the amount? Think about it. If you're booking, let's genuinely ask yourself this: how many calls are you booking on a month-to-month basis right now, roughly on average? Whatever that number, if you said 20, okay, cool. If you're booking 20 meetings a month, or 10 meetings a month, whatever it is, how do you go from booking 10 meetings a month to 30 meetings a month? or from, let's say you're already doing 30 meetings a month with cold outreach. What would you need to do to go from 30 to 90 meetings a month? Literally ask yourself that. Think about it. Ask yourself why you can't do that. And I can guarantee the reasons why you can't do it is because you realize that it's going to be so freaking complex and difficult for you to go from sending 1,000 emails a day to 3,000 emails a day. It's a lot of work that needs to go into that. And then, just to show you as well, by the way, that I'm not even joking, that this is actually a real problem. So this is the problem we solve. So the problem is this: we've noticed that a lot of people can't scale because they don't have a scalable way. Literally, a lot of reasons why people can't scale is because they just don't have a scalable acquisition source or method, if you will. For me though, it roughly take me 8 to 10 clicks. And don't get me wrong, like genuinely, there's nothing stopping me right now except for time constraints for me to just click this button here and just quickly duplicate the ad spend, or triple my ad spend, just like that. And by an extension of that, I'll get triple the amount of clicks, triple the amount of booked calls, triple the amount of clients. Typically, that's how it works. Within reason, obviously, there's a little bit of inefficiencies that pop up. But anyway, here's 2 different agency owners. Look at this. Same offer as well, funnily enough. Everybody seems to be doing this. Look. Offer is paid ads and go high level, 1.5K a month. Look at this. This guy right here, we run go high level on ads for our clients. So when I say I know my niche, I'm not even joking. And guess what? Guess what both of these guys are doing to grow their businesses? Both of them are relying on referrals. Look at this. We use cold calling, but was never really successful for me. Every agency owner says the same thing about cold outreach. These 2 clients that we've got right now are from referrals. This guy here, I put ads are gonna be stupidly easy for you because he's already doing, about 50K with his agency. Besides, because he's got a really good referral system. That's all. The only difference between these 2 people is that this guy just went all in on referrals and basically has like a paid referral program type thing that he's got going on. And I said, honestly, I do like the referral idea, but like, how are you gonna triple your business next month? And he was like, I can't really do that because like, we just don't have that many people to ask for referrals from, type of thing. So he doesn't really have an acquisition source. So I put, besides referrals, are you guys using anything else to get clients? And they put, right now, not really. We try a lot to get clients off of pages, basically. We'll just get DMs asking who does the content, blah, 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 blah. He basically sends out cold DMs. It's the same thing. These guys are literally 2 different agency owners doing the same thing, relying on referrals, can't scale. So we actually do solve a real issue. Now, let me explain why we actually use AI and ads and why I recommend you should switch to it as well. Again, just to end out this video. Let me ask you a serious question. Are you smarter than AI? Are you and your whole team combined smarter than AI? Do you reckon AI is going to get dumber or smarter over time if you think you are smarter than AI? If you are smarter than AI and your team's smarter than AI, how long do you reckon that's gonna last for? Do you reckon you'll be smarter than AI for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? Do you reckon AI is gonna get worse over time or better over time? Well, there's your answer right there. You're probably not smarter than AI. Even if you combined you and your whole team right now, you're probably not smarter than AI, if you've got a team that is. AI is definitely not gonna get dumber over time, and it's definitely not gonna get worse over time. So to not use AI is kind of stupid in this moment in time. Not because it's a buzzword, but it actually works. Like, I've kind of proved that. I was not a fan of AI, by the way. I thought it was just a buzzword. Go back on my channel, you rarely see me mention anything about AI. Maybe back in 2023 when I was talking about AI and ChatGPT when it first started blowing up and whatnot, or maybe even 2022. But AI is honestly the collection of all human intelligence throughout history combined into one place. You can either fight it or you can kind of get crushed by it, if I'm being honest with you. And AI itself is stupidly overpowered. Just to give you some ideas as to how to use AI. We use AI in our creative, so the actual ad itself on Meta and Facebook, we use AI to edit that. We use AI to add the captions to that. We use AI to actually write the script that's actually being said in those videos. When you click onto the ad itself, the actual copy as well, the caption of the ad, the headline, the caption, that's all AI written. The actual click, when you click the actual ad itself and you go to our landing page, the headlines and the stuff what it says on the page, all AI written. When you book in a call with us, we've then got your email and all that sort of stuff, and we send you automations, all AI written and then sent and managed by AI. It's just all AI, guys. That's what I've noticed. You can't really beat AI. It's just too overpowered by itself. The idea, by the way, my offer, the things I was struggling with, the new way of how I'm weeding out people, that idea that came to me by AI. So it's all AI powered. And then ads itself, let's think about it. So that's the AI side, pretty much all integrated into AI. And then ads itself, think about it. My ads get seen all day, every day, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, every second of the day, whether I'm sleeping, on holiday, not feeling well, taking a shit on the toilet, or doing whatever I want to do, relaxing, playing video games, playing freaking Hogwarts Legacy, whatever you want. It's literally what I'm playing right now. But how are you supposed to beat that? Even if you've got a massive team. For example, even if you send 3,000 emails a day, right? Over a period of 31 days in a month, even if you do that, 31 days in a month, let's say there's 31 days in a month. I know it's, average is 30 days, so you can even round this down for a little bit if you want to. It's 90,000 people you're gonna reach, right? But let's say it was 31 days and you did, basically what I'm trying to say is you do 3,000 emails a day, every single day of the week, no days off, even Saturdays and Sundays, you got no days off. At the end of the month, you're gonna reach about 90,000 to 93,000 people, depending if there's 30 or 31 days in that particular month. Now my ads, and that's obviously a lot of work. You have to scrape the leads, you have to find the leads, you have to have a lead scraper, you then have to maybe even put in some personalized first lines and stuff like that. You could even probably use AI to do that for you, if I'm being honest with you. I know a lot of you guys are nodding your head, but I'm still going to show you why that still is a little bit of you've got the first part down, which is you've got if you do that, by the way, where you use AI to personalize first lines, you've got the first part down. You've just missed the second part, which is the scalability. Think about it. You've got AI, but you've got it on a leash. You've limited it. It's like, imagine AI being a dog. Because you're doing cold outreach, you've put a leash around its neck, and now you're holding the dog back, when really the dog's supposed to be sprinting on faster than friggin' Usain Bolt down the road, because you're still only reaching 90,000 people. That's barely even a touch upon what AI plus ads can even do. For example, take a look at this. This is my actual Instagram page right here. There you go. Take a look at the professional dashboard, 216,000 views in the last 30 days alone. Can you see, pause here in fact, can you see where I'm going with this? Hopefully you can. Unpause, let's jump back into this. My ads run on autopilot. They get shown all over the world. So in my ideal countries, Canada, UK, the US, and they get shown to over, for example, as they're running on autopilot, but they've been shown now to about 216,000 people with a relatively low ad budget. And again, I'm starting again from a new ad account. So we're slowly building up that daily spend. As you guys know, new ad accounts, you have to slowly crank them up, or you end up with a couple of restrictions on there. Well, your ad account has a payment restriction on there. So I'm spending about 1/4 of what I actually want to spend per day. Soon, I'll be able to spend 4x what I'm spending now, which will allow me to be seen by about 864,000 people a month with ease. When I say with ease, that's supposed to say not with easy, with ease, right? So with ease. And all I have to do is literally go into here, press duplicate. I'll do this live, duplicate original setup, duplicate it 3 times, press duplicate, press publish. Not even joking. What I just showed you just then is how I would triple or quadruple my ad spend. I'll do it one more time because I know that you don't believe me. This is literally how, picture this. I'm Montel Gordon, or I'm you, and you want to triple your business or you want to quadruple your business next month. This is what you would literally do with ads. Go to your ad account. 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks, 4 clicks, 5 clicks would be here. 6 clicks would be publish. That's 6 clicks to quadruple my business. Can you see where I'm going with this? Can you see why you've got AI on a leash? You guys have got AI on a leash. So my point is this, that's all I would need to do to go from spending 160 a day to whatever 4 times 160 is. So 4x my ad spend to 4x my business, right? It would take me, like I said, it takes me less time to type this sentence out than it does to quadruple my business. Literally, we just saw myself do it in 6 clicks, quite literally. Whereas what you would need to do is you would need to go from sending Just to compete with me, think about it. Let's do the math real quick. 864,000 people reached, right? Is this number 216 times 4, because I'm only spending 1/4 the ad spend right now. So if I want to quadruple my business, I'd quadruple what I'm spending. That would result roughly in about 864,000 people reached, probably even a little bit more, if I'm being honest with you. Now, in order for you to keep up with that, with cold emails, let's say there's 31 days in a month, divide it by 31 days. Well, then this is how many people I'm reaching per day when I quadruple my ad spend. In fact, even if I don't quadruple my ad spend, I'm still reaching 216,000 people right now per month. Divide that by 31 days. You would, just to compete with me right now with your outreach, you would literally need to send 6,967 emails per day to reach the same number of people. And the craziest thing is, I'm just about to turbocharge my business and just duplicate my ad sets a couple times, my campaigns, excuse me, a couple times, and 4x my output. So now I'm taking 216 times it by 4 to 864,000 people. For you to compete with me with that, you would literally need to go and work this out. You need to do this. You need to reach this many people with emails in a month or cold DMs. And this is how much it would work out to be per day. You'd literally need to send 27,870 emails every single day for 30 days, which is why I just don't think cold outreach is just honestly that scalable, guys. Don't get me wrong, I guess it can still work if you put ages into it, but honestly, I just don't think it's that scalable. I don't think it's that great, honestly. I'm very anti cold outreach, if I'm being honest with you. I genuinely think it keeps you broke, if I'm being honest with you. If you just want me to say it for you, I think cold outreach keeps you broke. And I think it will keep you broke. And I think the people that push cold outreach only push cold outreach because they have a YouTube channel which they talk about cold outreach, and they make more money talking about cold outreach than actually doing cold outreach by making videos about how cold outreach is the one. It's just not really. At least I practice what I freaking preach with the ads, and you can see my ads running, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, long story short, that means if you want to work this out, let's get into this. Imagine how many domains you would need to send, you'd need in order to send this many emails per month. You would literally need to send 27,870 emails a day to try and keep up with me whilst I'm sleeping. Do you know how stressful you'd be? How many team members you'd need to hire, and how many domains you would need? Let's work out how many domains you would need. I've worked it out for you right here. If you are able to send 50 emails per domain, which means you go 864,000 divided by 50 emails per day, per one domain. Yeah, no, that's correct. If one domain is able to send 50 emails per day, times it by 31 days, it works out to be 1,550 emails per one domain. That's how much one domain can send in 1 month. So that means you need one domain to send 1,550 emails per month. Hope you're staying with me here. Now, if you take the 8,640, how many emails you need to send, and you divide it by how many emails one domain can send per month, you would literally need to buy 557 domains. 557 domains times $6 per month for a domain is 3.3K per domain. Times that by 12 months. Your expenses are going to be 40 grand a year in just domain costs. Oh God. You guys honestly need to stop this shit. Ads have unlimited scalability. AI has unlimited intelligence. You combine those two things together, unlimited scalability plus unlimited intelligence and automation. You put those two together, it's way too powerful. It puts you at the forefront of marketing. For example, I use AI to write my scripts, my copy, my CSL funnel, come up with my offers, troubleshoot why my offers are not working. I then build my headlines and write my headlines, write the ad scripts, edit the ads. I write the follow-up scripts using AI. The sequences are then sent out by AI. Captions on my actual ads, the captions in my ads itself, it's all AI. I then use ads to distribute the work that AI has done. So it's AI doing the work, and a little bit of input from me, and then ads distribute the work that AI has done, which allows me to then book about 3 qualified calls a day with very minimum effort. And that's because, again, I'm only spending like 160 per day on ads, which is terribly low. If I'm being honest with you, I'd rather be spending like 400, 500 pounds per day, whatever that is in dollars. But seriously, these two platforms can give me the collective intelligence of the whole history of the entire human race. What doesn't AI know? And then with ads, it gives me the ability to reach 1 million plus people per month on autopilot. So I've taken the intelligence of AI and the scalability of ads, boom, combine them together to create what you call a synthesizer funnel. So human intelligence, the collective of it, and the scalability of ads, of being able to reach like 1 million people a month with the offer that AI's created, that they actually know what they're talking about because they have all the data and statistics and the market research and all that sort of stuff. So you actually can come up with real offers that people actually want. Put those two things together, boom, your ability to reach 1 million people a month with an actual solid offer on autopilot, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year with ads and AI. So if I was you, I would switch to using AI and ads, because let's be real, how are you supposed to beat reaching 1 million people a month? Are you gonna send 1 million emails a month? And if you are, please be serious. Please be serious. You're not gonna beat these in their respective fields. Anyway, that's how we're going about doing this. I know it's a long-winded video and I hope that you stay to the end, but if you do want help with this, genuinely, I'm looking for 6 people right now. We're just gonna help you with this AI stuff, this funnel stuff. It's all plug and play. It inserts into your business right now. We'll help you refine your offer. We'll help you book at least 2 to 5 calls per day on your calendar. And if we don't get you, honestly, 120 qualified book calls on your calendar in 90 days, I'll just give you a refund. I'm not here to mess about. I don't want your money if it doesn't work. I'm going all in on this. So I recommend you go all in on this as well. For people after the next 6 people that come in, you will be paying for the same program, but a grand extra. It will be $4,000. It's going from $3,000 to $4,000. So I'm stating that publicly, very transparently. I'm tired of these gurus hiding their prices. My program is $3,000. It's going to get you 120 qualified calls in 90 days. If it doesn't do that, you get a refund. The program is $3,000. It will be going to $4,000. I'm stating that publicly so you can fact check this. So if somebody's watching this in the future and I said, yeah, well, the program's $4,000 now, you missed the spots. I'm just gonna send you this video so you can watch this specific bit at the end. And I'm gonna say, look, the program's now $4,000. But if you're watching this and the 6 spots are not taken, which they aren't, link is below, it is now $3,000. Okay, cool. You can split that if you want to. We'll talk about that. Instagram DM me or booking a call below. Sorry to plug it, but if I don't plug it, you're just gonna go back to doing the dumb shit that you're doing and you're gonna be wondering like, why can't I scale? I don't understand why I can't scale. I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen it all. Look, it's right here. These are from today. This is today at 12. This is today. Yesterday. And I sent him a message earlier today. So this is within the last 24 hours. This was Thursday, which was yesterday at, call it 10 p.m. So less than 24 hours. It's the same stuff. I speak to agency owners all the time, coaches all the time. Organic content, cold outreach, referrals are the things that they're stuck on. Anyway, that being said, love you guys, I will leave you here. Booking a call below or just drop me a DM, help you with this stuff. We don't get 120 qualified book calls in 90 days. You don't pay, basically. That being said, I'll see you guys on a call or I'll see you on my Instagram if you got any questions. Peace.